What a crazy ass week it's been so far. It's Saturday. I'm coming in to do my next day of training. I actually moved my max overhead press to the next day because I didn't do it after squatting 500 pounds on Friday. I didn't want to push my luck. So normally I do band separations overhead and across the chest, and following up I normally do this, which is pretty much stretching the lat out for overhead press. The reason why you would do that, followed up by what you'll see me doing here, which is myofascial release, I believe the term is basically just loosening up the tricep fibers and the forearms just a little bit, basically to assist or make a better front rack position. Normally, when I front squat, I have my fist closed, so you see the right elbow has a little bit more mobility than the left one, and I've been dealing with some slight elbow tendonitis on the left side, so I wanted to make sure that these guys were really nice and warm, because I had planned originally to come back on Sunday and do my 1 rep max for bench press, just to finally catch up on my training. I had been a week behind for some time, and the deload gave me some time basically to catch up. So now that we're all warmed up here, basically when I unrack overhead presses, I like the bar to be sitting on my my collarbone. I don't like to unrack it and have it actually putting pressure on my my wrists or my triceps or my forearms, basically taking away energy that I could be putting into pressing the bar overhead. And again, just some going through the motions with lighter weight. Again, just making sure that my setup is the same each time. And normally as the weight gets heavier, I make it a practice to push my head through at the top. Here, it's still relatively light, so it's just, making sure my lats aren't tight. So you saw a perfect unrack there. What I prefer, basically just bringing the bar out on my collarbone. Sometimes I don't make it to the same position doing reps, which is fine, not a huge deal. Normally when I was doing weightlifting, you kind of just drop your presses and your jerks right back onto your shoulders. These are 15s on the end of this, so I think that was 165. I jumped up to a 185 here, but I did a slight dip before I pressed it. I actually caught it in the slow-mo, and it was a grinder. The thing is that 185 was already my established 1 rep max, and I didn't feel like overhead press was really going anywhere, so for shits and giggles I threw on 2 1-pound weights on each end to make it 187, and this was fairly interesting here. Again, I normally don't really condone doing grinders, but it's been a YOLO week, and really I just wanted to see where I was at and do some singles. And yes, after squatting 500 pounds the day before, establishing a new 1 rep max, I did a 3x10 at 300 pounds for squat. And let me tell you, my legs are still fucked up from this. I hadn't eaten all day. I just woke up like at 6 o'clock. I came straight to the gym just to get this workout in because I didn't want to fall behind again. But then I realized I didn't really eat shit. I just ate a whole bunch of carbs and an energy drink. Came to the gym and hoped I would be able to train on basically just survival and stored energy, and just really wasn't feeling it. An offer came up to go get some Korean barbecue, so I just banged out 2 more sets and called it a day. So here we are, Monday. We're gonna try and do a max on bench. So basically, this t-shirt is a large from In-N-Out Burger. As you can tell, I've eaten a few burgers too many, and now it's a medium. Technically, it's a single ply shirt, as tight as it is. So basically, just doing some joint work, range of motion, all that stuff. And normally, I would never put wrist wraps and a belt on for bench, but I figured it'd be good practice just to go through the entire warm-up with how I plan on trying to max. And normally I don't really feel that the belt serves too much of a purpose. for maxing. I just was really embarrassed about having my gut hanging out, so that's really the only reason why I'm wearing it. So to spare you any longer YouTube footage of me than you care to watch, I just kind of sped up the reps here. Here's a 270, blazed it for a single. Asked Kyle for his advice. He said go up to 285. I thought 285 moved pretty good. I knew that 315 really wasn't there, so I did a 300, and for some reason 300 mentally to me moved better than 285. So, you know, I had asked some opinions. Kyle said to give 310 a shot. Joey said around 305. But you know what? In the spirit of the YOLO this week, and because I won't be hitting any heavy weights like this for quite some time, I figured, fuck it, why not? Nate came super aggressive with the lift off there and kind of threw me out of position. And you saw that double pump before I went for the bench. And that was basically because I thought that the bar was going to go slam right into my pelvis. So I kind of corrected and rebalanced, even though I was more stable on this press than the next one. We had a good laugh about it, however. I took about a 5 or 10 minute breather here and tried to give it one more go. Again, I already knew that I wasn't going to get it, but at the same time, it's just like, it's been such a fucking weird week. Why the fuck not? Anyways, thank you for watching again. Thank you everyone for your continued support, and everyone at the gym for your help and encouragement. And that's pretty much it until I have a next series of max lifts.